Thank you so much for tuning in to the Awakening with Katina Love and segment on Inspiration Sunday. I am Katina Love, your host and producer of this talk show. The Awakening with Katina Love is a go-to resource to learn about self-empowerment, the law of attraction, creating financial abundance, and natural health. I can be reached at love@katinalove.com, or you can reach out to me on Facebook. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Awakening with Katina Love, where there are over 60 shows to listen to for your pleasure. We have a returning guest today, Suzanne Young, law of attraction and life coach and author of Stepping Into a Life of Joy. The subject we're going to talk about today is you are creating your own story. Suzanne, thank you so much for joining again on The Awakening with Katina Love. How are you?
I am fantastic, and thank you for having me. It's always so much fun co-creating with you on your show, so I always appreciate coming back and tackling another topic.
Yes. So this is going to be a new one for me. I'm actually practicing this right now. You are creating your own story. So how are we doing that? How are we writing and creating our own script to life?
Well, one of the things I loved when I learned and understood how the law of attraction works, of course, is that your thoughts and what you're saying to yourself are so powerful that they're bringing you the results that are happening in your life. So as you talk to yourself, and all of us do some self-talk, it's really nice to become aware that when you are talking to yourself, you are scripting the story that's going to happen. It's your personal story. You're writing it. And I also like to think about authors, they're in control of the story. They take the ink pen, they put it to the paper, and then they get to write it. And we're doing the same thing with our thoughts and our words, and even if we write them down, we are scripting our life, our own story. And so that is something that's pretty powerful. And when I work with women that have gone through struggles or things that they don't want to repeat, one thing I do like to do is listen to the story they're telling. How are they describing this incident? How are they talking to themselves about this? What have they been running through their mind? And now it helps me understand why they might keep repeating things that are painful. It's then, as a coach, to ask enough questions that they start telling a new story so that they will have a new experience in life and not keep repeating the same old thing. So does that help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if we're wanting to create something new and not keep repeating old patterns, can you give us an example of a story, like a short story that we can tell ourselves? Like you can use something in your own experience, like with a few sentences.
Yeah,
would you like to share?
I'd be happy to share something with you. Well, as you know, you've had me on the show, and you mentioned the book that I wrote, Stepping Into a Life of Joy, and I released that on Amazon just in the Kindle format back in November, right around Thanksgiving. And at the end of the year, I started thinking, yay! It was a 3-year journey, so I was really excited to finally get it up there. And so a month goes by, it's in December, and everybody starts looking at New Year's, and I start thinking, wow, I'd like to be able to market this some way, but I surely don't want to put any effort into it. I don't want to have to struggle with it. I'd already had people starting to approach me on how to, if they did this and this for me, I could pay them $1,000, and they would do this for me, and they would get some marketing out there for me for my book. But none of it lit up for me. Nothing felt right. So I started thinking to myself, wouldn't it be nice if I could just somehow get my book, more exposure for my book without any effort, without having to spend a lot of money on marketing? It just kind of would be fun to have it organically start to grow because it just felt good. That's what lit up. Well, the fun part was, as I began to think this, I decided I'd try something new. And Kevin and I came across this idea, and now we've kind of given it a little title, and we call it the time machine process. It's a storytelling process. Yeah. You know how you can get into a time machine, like if you're in science fiction movie,
fun.
And you can go into the future. Yeah, wouldn't it be fun?
Yes.
You can do it in your mind. You can do it in your mind.
Yeah.
In fact, I know you listen to Abraham Hicks all the time, and
yes.
I've heard people get up in the hot seat and say, okay, I've been wanting to take this amazing vacation. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I don't know where I can be, but I know where I want to go. And all the time, Abraham would come back and say, you have to first go to the beach in your mind. Go to the beach in your mind. You have to go to the feeling place of that, and then all the ideas and how it's all going to come together. The universe will bring to you the solutions. Well, the time machine process is even a step further, because what's fun about this is what you want to do is pretend like, you're getting into a time machine, and maybe it's going to be 3 months from now or 1 year from now, wherever you decide to travel to in the future. And you're going to meet with your very best friend that you haven't seen for this whole length of time. And you can't, I don't know about you, but boy, if I haven't seen someone for a long time, when we get together, we can't wait to start talking about all the cool things that happened in the past year. I mean, it's just so much fun to catch up. So what happened here and what happened there? So this particular process then is to, in your mind, go in your mind in your little time machine, and you get to state the date. And the first time I tried this, Katina, it was actually January 3rd of this year, because remember I was thinking about, wouldn't it be nice if somehow I could get some marketing for my book without having to spend a lot of money hiring someone in marketing. So I said to myself on January 3rd, I was trying to meditate, couldn't get my mind quiet, and I thought, you know what, why don't I just tell my story as if it's already happened? Why don't I just talk to my best friend? So I'm laying in bed all by myself and saying, here it is, January 3rd, 2018, and I'm just amazed at how this year has gone by. I can't wait to tell you, listen to this, Liz, I'll pretend her name is.
Yes.
The very first networking meeting I went to that day, I ran into this woman, and I had been wanting to join some other women's groups, and she said, what are you up to this year? And I said, I don't know, I'm looking for more women's groups. Well, she happened to be in a women's group that she invited me to the next month, just to get out and meet some more women, and I thought that was fun, so I went to that. But what was really cool that happened there was I met a woman there that she asked me what was going on. I said, I'm really excited. I'm going on a cruise in 1 month, and I of course, would love to lose 10 pounds before I left, but I suppose that's not going to happen. And she said, no, hey, I actually belong to a network marketing group that we have this product that you can lose weight really quickly. It's really healthy.
Wow.
Would you like to hear about it? And I said, sure. So I heard about it. I loved it. And within the next month, during the month of February, as I'm taking these pounds off, getting ready for the cruise, my wonderful husband Kevin's on Facebook, and he sees that Katina Love is looking for someone to interview on her show. Someone had canceled. And what happened is I reached out to Katina, and here I am now as a regular guest. But the coolest thing happened. Yes, thank you so much. I think the coolest thing that happened, when I look back, I'm telling my friend Liz that, hey, the neatest thing happened when she aired that very first show. 1 day later, I had a woman who had met me, who was the owner of the Women to Women Michigan magazine, who had met me at a Women's Flint Expo. And she called me. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, and she wanted me to be on the cover of the May issue of the Women to Women Michigan magazine. And
I'm so happy for you.
A cover story. And that all just really, truly happened. And I can say that just by laying in bed. I didn't have the names of the people, but saying, wow, wouldn't it be nice? Everywhere I went, things just unfolded. I found a women's organization to join. I found the diet I've been looking for, and I found a way to market my book without any effort. And those little things really lined up. That's what's so fun about this.
It was a snowball effect, wasn't it? In a good way.
It was. Yeah. And you know what I love? It's always in a past tense. So when you're sitting with your friend in your mind,
yes,
and you can actually do this in real. I actually have now practiced this with a girlfriend. Once a month we meet, and we talk about, here it is, 1 month from now, and this is what happened. And we're just having so much fun with it. So, because when you sit with your actual friend, a really close friend that loves to get excited about dreams and desires and talk as if they've already happened, everything's in the past tense, you can have so much fun just even adding to the story. Before you know it, you've got a beautiful story, already done deals, already happened, because it is, you're talking about it as if it is already happened. And I think what I love about this, that's a little bit different than like pre-paving, like Abraham has, suggested you, or setting your intention, or even visualizing. when you visualize something you'd like to see happen, and you get this picture in your mind, in our three-dimensional world where we think in a linear time frame, straight time frame, you still, even though you visualize it, you still know there's some time you have to go through to see that happen. So you might subconsciously start efforting, working at, or wondering why it's not happening. It just puts a little damper to it when you're visualizing, and you still have to see it happen. But when you're sitting with your friend talking, it's already done. It's the best feeling.
So let me ask you, if someone is just starting out with this or brand new with this, can they script it, write it out? What tips would you give someone who's just starting out? Should they write it out and then rehearse it in their head and have their imaginary girlfriend with them? Or what do you think?
I think you can, whatever feels best for you, because this is, I just started this in January. I certainly do, before I do the actual, I'm with the girlfriend and now I'm telling her the story, I do begin to think about things. Wouldn't it be nice if this happened, that, it's my favorite phrase. I think I've shared it before. Wouldn't it be nice if this happened? Think of all the fun things you want to see happen. Don't worry about the how, don't, when, don't worry about the timing, anything like that. Just, wouldn't it be nice if, and I think that's the way you can begin. If you want to just make a list of a few things that you would love to see happen. Wouldn't it be nice if this happened? Wouldn't it be nice if I got that? And then, you can start. There's no right or wrong to it. You get to play with it. It's a story. It doesn't have to be. The universe doesn't care about the perfection of the way you word it. It's about the feeling of it, that it's already done. It's completed.
That's the key. That's the key.
That is the key.
That sounds great. I'm going to do more of that this week. I'm going to do more storytelling. I'm going to write things out. I'm going to script. This is great. I'm going to definitely put that in motion.
Cool. Do you want to practice? You can practice with me. Do you want to practice a little bit on something you'd like to see? What would you like to see happen? Well, wouldn't it be nice if
what would I like to see happen? Now you're getting me thinking here. I would like to have a brand new client this week, someone who is looking to come out of the closet. They're ready to speak their truth and come on my show. Not only come on my show, but she's ready for me to coach her with moving forward in her purpose.
Okay.
And I can see that then we're like-minded. She's heart-centered. She's looking how she can be of service to this world. She's had this. She knows what her purpose is already, and she just needs some guidance with putting that into action. And I'm here to help her.
Okay. So, and you'd like to see that happen this week? Or do you want to put it in a month? This week, okay.
I'm going to say this week, and she's willing. She sees the value of the service that I offer, and she's willing to pay. There's no question. She's already ready. She's ready to pay for my services.
So let's pretend. Now, you and I are getting together next week, and actually I think we just might be. So you're going to tell me, let's just pretend it's already next week. The week is over. Now, what happened?
Yeah.
What happened, Katina? What happened?
So when I talked to you, the next day,
yeah,
a young lady reached out to me on Facebook. She's just ready to move forward in her purpose. She had been looking for a coach and just was ready for Spirit to lead her to reach out to the right person who had her interests at heart. And she saw all the things that I post on Facebook that are inspirational. She heard about the other people that I coached, and they had success. And she was just ready. And she's like, Katina, I can't. She just couldn't wait to pay me. She was like, I'm like, it's not just about the money. It's more like we're a vibrational match to each other, and I can actually help her. I can use my natural gifts and talents to help her to move forward in her vision. And it just felt so good and felt so natural. There was no effort. She actually reached out to me, so I'm grateful for that. To have a new client, a new person to work with.
Cool. And what's fun is so here's what's fun. I mean, what was so even more exciting about her, because I remember you telling me this, is that she paid for 3 months in advance. She already knew she wanted to work with me longer than the average time.
Yes.
And she just paid up front.
She just paid up front. I knew she wanted to work with me. Absolutely. 3 months. She's like, I'm in for it. You know, I'm ready. I'm investing in my personal development and my purpose, and I'm ready. And, you know, I'm grateful when I find clients like that or when they find me.
Yeah. It feels
awesome.
so good. Okay.
So good. And it was just so easy and so natural.
I love that.
Me
That's
too.
A good feeling.
It's an absolutely good feeling. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was a great practice. I felt good.
Yeah. And it was a simple, beautiful.
Very simple.
Yeah, and you already got in your mind, you got it going in your mind what it is, what would be nice is. So that is the way to begin this. Just start thinking what would be nice, and then now put yourself into the time machine and meet your girlfriend and say it out loud. One of the things I was listening to recently, another person who channels Source Energy, that it's really powerful if you speak to yourself out loud. It's one thing to think thoughts. That's full of energy. But when you speak your own voice out loud, the vibration of your own voice that you're creating going back within your body is very powerful. It's just another additional attraction factor going on there for you. So, people make jokes about when you're talking to yourself, don't argue with yourself. Well, that's true. But talking to yourself out loud with stories like this, like, oh, you can't go wrong there. This is what the universe loves, our feeling place of everything that we want in our lives. The universe is so happy to give us what we want. And when we state it and tell our story like that, it's a done deal.
Absolutely. So, Suzanne, can you share quickly about your services that you offer and your website?
Yes, our website is www.P like in Paul, S like in Sam, programs with an S on the end.com. That stands for personalsuccessprograms.com. We also have a YouTube channel, Personal Success Program. So we put recordings up there of our meetup group. We have a law of attraction-based meetup group. It's called the Billionaires Club. We meet once a month. On a Thursday evening, usually about the third Thursday, and we record those. So if anybody's not knowing if they might want to drive up to Farmington Hills, we hold it at the Unity of Farmington Hills Church, they can listen to one of the recordings first and see, if they're inspired to get in their car and come on out, because it's just an amazing meeting full of fantastic energy, interactive discussion, everybody into law of attraction at different levels and different intuitive, spiritual people there. It's just an amazing experience. So they can also email me if they want, Suzanne, SUZANNE, at psprograms.com if they have any questions. And,
Awesome. Well, thanks again for being a guest on the show. We're going to be doing another show soon, so stay tuned.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, and you're welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Awakening with Katina Love. Namaste.